If lone pair is 1, it's very important. If lone pair is 1, what will be the shape? Shape will be bent, right? Shape will be bent. And this is the lone pair. This is the representation of lone pair. So shape will be bent. Clear? Now, Z value is 4. That simply means it is sp3, right? What is the shape of sp3? Tetrahedral, right? So it is tetrahedral. I'm not mentioning the shape, just rewriting this thing. So the name of the shape is tetrahedral. If you have one lone pair, very important. If you have one lone pair, what is the shape will look like? Trigonal pyramidal. Okay, this is how trigonal pyramidal actually look, and this is the structure of ammonia. Correct? This is how ammonia look. Understandable? Trigonal pyramid. Pyramidal. If you have a lone pair, two lone pairs, okay, LP equal to 2, then what will be the shape? Shape will be bent again. Okay, this will be your shape. But now you have two lone pair, and this is the shape of water. Here again bent. And what are the angle of water? 105. This angle 107 point. I forgot it. What was the angle? 107.5, or did you guys remember it? 107 most probably, right? It is 107, and this angle is 109.5. So this is all about Z. Now let's see 5. 5 is known as trigonal bipyramidal, right? This is actually 5, correct? Now with lone pair 1, how it will look? It will look like a seesaw. Clear? It will look like a seesaw. No issue. And you have a lone pair here. What is the name of the shape? Seesaw, or also known as sawhorse. I think you guys can understand, right? Seesaw or sawhorse. Any issue? কারো কোনো issue?
No, sir.
No.
It is known as seesaw. And if it has two lone pairs. If it has two lone pairs, so how the shape gonna look? T-shaped. Okay, the shape will be T-shaped. This is known as T-shaped. Okay, I think you guys understood it, right? T-shaped, and this is the two lone pairs. Is this clear? This is the plane where you can find the T. Correct? This is how T would look like. No issues. So this is T-shaped. If you have three lone pairs, so how it will gonna look like? It will gonna look like linear. Okay,
Yeah.
it will gonna look like linear, something like this. So linear. Any confusion?
No.
Clear? Now this is the last thing. I'm discussing this because we need this idea, and so far আমি তো এটা আগেই ডিসকাস করে ফেলেছিলাম, তাই না? ভেসপার এই যে এইগুলা, বাট এইগুলো আসলে আমাদের চ্যাপ্টার 4 এর জন্য। ওকে, just introductory. So now 6, Z value with 6. How it'll look like? It'll look like octahedral, right? If I'm not wrong, yes, the octahedral shape, right? This is how it will look like. ইশফাক, তোমার বুঝতে সমস্যা হচ্ছে? জাস্ট শেপগুলো মেমোরাইজ করতে হবে, এটাই।
Okay.
Now with one lone pair. The shape is very interesting with one lone pair. With one lone pair, the shape look like square pyramid. Can you see it? The square pyramid shape. This is the square pyramid shape. Understandable? And this is the lone pair. So name is square pyramid. Correct? Now with two lone pairs, it look like square planar, something like this. With two lone pair, square planar. With three lone pairs, how it gonna look like? It's gonna look like T-shaped. Okay, this is how it is gonna look like, T-shaped, and you have three lone pairs. Understandable? T-shaped. And now the last thing, with four lone pairs, the shape will look like linear. Correct? I think you guys already understood this thing. Correct? These are lone pair. So
Yes.
this is all about the shape and the hybridization. This is the main shape when your lone pair is zero, and this is the hybrid shape. No issue? Let me know if you guys have any issue here.
No, sir.
Okay. Now we'll start the introduction to organic chemistry. Okay. Most probably you guys understood why the angle here, I mean, in hybridization 4, sp3, why the angle decreases because of the lone pair bond pair repulsion, right? And you have two lone pair repulsion here, lone pair repulsion, correct? But here, whenever you have one lone pair, there is no lone pair repulsion, correct? Since you have two lone pairs, so lone pair repulsion is much larger than lone pair bond pair repulsion. Yes or no? That is why the angle decreases, right? Remember that explanation. So introduction to organic chemistry. Now, some chemical actually relates inherent properties of the substance, right? And with this, risk actually come. Yes or no? Whenever you are treating a chemical or using a chemical, there is a certain risk, correct? Ishfaq, tell me, what is the risk using acid? What are the risks? Risk.
You can die.
That is the ultimate risk, correct? What are the main risks and how to prevent it? Any idea?
It can
Okay,
burn
tell
your
me.
skin.
Okay, it can burn your skin. Faisal, tell me, what is the risk with water? I mean, pure water. Okay, imagine steam coming from the water or the boiling water, right? This could both cause damage, right? If they come contact with your skin, boiling water or water vapor, right? Another example is imagine you have hydrochloric acid. You are mixing with water with hydrochloric acid. What will happen? It will create an exothermic reaction. This time water is also dangerous, right? So you guys need to cover the just reading part in the organic chemistry chapter. I'm not going through that. Okay. The symbols are very important. Don't forget about symbol. Okay. Which is radioactive symbol, which is corrosive symbol, which is flammable symbol. You have health hazard symbol. You guys need to memorize all of this thing. Okay. Then there is a topic called risk assessment. Okay. What is the risk assessment? Risk assessment can be used to help um, reduce the risk of the certain hazards in the laboratory, right? So you need to memorize the risk assessment and how to prevent the hazards. Okay, clear? Any confusion?
No, sir.
Okay. Now we'll start functional groups and homologous series. And most probably, I discussed the basics of organic chemistry in the introductory class, right? In the demo class. So I don't think it is important to discuss now. Okay. So we'll jump into the homologous series, discussion of homologous series, and we'll understand it. Okay. And let me know if you guys have any question or any confusion or anything to say about this. And I said about the naming nomenclature that I discussed in the demo class. It is also the part of introduction. Do I need to write all the rules again? The rules of naming, or you guys have it?
Sir, I don't have it.
এই তুমি ইন্ট্রোডাক্টরি ক্লাসে ছিল না?
Nah.
ও তুমি তো হতভাগা তাহলে একদিক থেকে। তুমি সবকিছু মিস করে বসে আছো। তুমি ছিলা কিসে বলো তো আসলে?
কে আমি না প্রথমে আইটি নিলাম?
ও তুমি আইটি নিয়েছিলে প্রথমে, ভুলে গেছি। সব ভুলে গেছি। আচ্ছা আইটি নিয়েছিলে তাই না? দ্যাটস ভেরি স্যাড থিং। নো ইস্যুস। ওকে, সো লেট মি নো তোমাদের সবার কাছে আছে কিনা ওই নোটস গুলা, প্রিভিয়াস নোটস। Zubair, what about you? Do you have the notes?
না স্যার আমি এটা নোট লিখিনি।
তার মানে কি আমাকে আবার নোট লিখতে হবে রুলিং সহ?
So as I remember, I think you just taught us the lowest sum rule thing. That's all.
Lowest?
You know the lowest sum rule.
Yes, lowest sum rule.
Yeah, I think that's
Okay,
all. Nothing else. So there won't be much.
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, আমি নর্মালি রেখে দিই। ওয়ার্ড রুট, কারেক্ট। নেমের কয়টা পার্ট থাকে? তিনটা। ওয়ার্ড রুট, দেন I have suffix, correct? Then I have prefix. Since you guys have this thing, so I'm not gonna write. So I have 1 degree prefix, 2 degree prefix. Word root are number of carbon chain in the main chain, right? Number of carbon chain in the main chain. What about suffixes? We have 1 degree suffixes and 2 degree suffixes, right? So this is type of carbon-carbon bond. So carbon-carbon 1 bond is known as N. 2 bond is known as carbon-carbon 2 bond is known as in. 3 bond, if you have 3 bonded carbon, then that is known as ine, right? 2 degree. These are functional group that we'll discuss today. Okay. Functional group. No issue. These are the functional groups. 2 degree. So they are branches, right? Branches. And that's substituent. For example, you have bromine, chlorine, and something like that. And 1 degree prefixes are cyclo, for example, cyclohexane, bicyclo, then spiro. Okay, no issues.
Sir, is methyl 2?
Any other?
Sir,
No. Yes, Hamza.
is methyl group a 2 degree prefix?
Methyl group.
A 2 degree prefix?
It is 2-degree prefix. Yes, branches, right? For
Okay.
example, methyl group. Why? I also discussed the vowel rule, right? Why it is methyl? First, vowel rule. Vowel rule. What is vowel rule? Eliminate the consecutive vowels, right? For example, I have this. What is this? This is methane. And whenever there is a hydrogen missing from methane, you should add YL, correct? So look, two vowels are there. So remove this vowel and a N will be automatically eliminated, right? So the name will be methyl, correct? So this is how the vowel rules actually work. Second, select the biggest chain. For example, I have two chain. Now, what will be the biggest chain? This one, right? This is the biggest chain. And what will be the name of this chain? Let's use the numbering rule. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what will be the name of this chain? Anyone? Pent, right?
Yeah.
So first of all, is there any 1-degree prefixes or is there any prefixes? Yes, at carbon number 3, correct?
Yeah. Methyl.
Which kind of group it is? Huh?
Methyl.
Methyl, exactly. Ishfaq, are you getting this thing?
Yes,
At
sir.
carbon number 3, I have a methyl group, right? So what will be the naming of this thing? 3-methyl. I have now used the word root, right? Pent. Is there any double bond or single bond? Tell me. Yes, there is a double bond at 2, right? So what will be the name? Write the double bond to N, right? To N. You have to mention the position of the double bond. So this is the name. 3-methyl pent 2-ene. Correct? Now, lowest sample. Lowest sample. For example, I have this thing. Methyl group here, and I have another methyl group. I have another methyl group here. So what will be the naming of this thing? ইশফাক মনে হয় দেখে সবসময় লেফট সাইড থেকে নেমিং শুরু করতে হয় নো নট লাইক দ্যাট লেটস ইউজ টু নাম্বারিং সিস্টেম 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 is the blue numbering system 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 now list the branches okay list the number of the branches in red numbering system the number of the branches are 2 plus 5 plus 6 in blue numbering system I have at 2 then I have at 3 then I have at 6 so let's sum this thing 5 2s are 7 correct so it is 13 and it is 11 so who wins here blue so which numbering system you have to allow the blue one so what will be the name 2 3 6 কতগুলো মিথাইল গ্রুপ এখানে তিনটা so that is why I gonna use tri methyl heptane right heptane that is the name understandable the lowest sum rule no issues
So what comes after tri?
Ishfaq tetra if it is
Okay.
4 then it is tetra if it is 2 then it is di Ishfaq do you have any confusion
No, sir.
okay then what we have alphabetical order rule correct alphabetically order rule what is alphabetically order rule for example this one I have carbon 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 I have a methyl group here and a bromine group here correct look Ishfaq I'm not adding the hydrogen with the carbon I think you understood it right no issue there will be hydrogen attached with every carbon correct Let me know, Ishfaq, if you have any problem with it. There will be some hydrogen. Okay? কি Ishfaq, বুঝতে problem হচ্ছে?
No.
Okay, very good. Now let's use the red number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, what will be the name? 2 methyl pent, sorry, 2 methyl, you're going to use the hyphen, 4 bromo, right? Pentane. But this is not the correct naming. Look at the substituent, M and B. Who comes in, I mean, in alphabetical order, who comes before? Is it M or B? Of course, B, right? So what you have to write? You have to follow the red numbering system, just rearrange it. 4 bromo, 2 methyl, right? Something like this. 2 methyl pentane. That's it. This is the correct numbering and also the correct naming order. No issues? No. Methyl. Okay, methyl is higher than bromine. Branches has higher priority. Okay. No issues? And whenever you're using di, okay, di, tri or tetra, for example, dimethyl. So in that time, you have to consider D, okay, not the M. Clear? No
Yes,
issues.
sir.
For example, I have a compound here. This one. Okay, this is the skeleton model, right? These are the carbon. So let's number this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is 7, right? So at 5, you have an ethyl group, yes or no? 2 carbon means ethyl group, and this at 3, you have a methyl group, correct? So what will be the correct naming? 5 ethyl, correct? 3 methyl. Heptane, right? If I'm not wrong. Oh,
Sir,
sorry.
is the dimethyl?
Yes, dimethyl. Dimethyl heptane. See, I am following the alphabetical rule here, correct? Because E comes before D.
Sir, D comes before E, right?
Oh, yes. তাই তো আমি তো নিজেই ভুল লিখলাম yes 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 so it is not a correct naming correct E comes before D so 3 dimethyl 5 ethyl heptane correct so this is the correct naming okay I'm using the alphabetical rule D
So we have to
and
include
E.
the prefix, like di and tri.
Which prefix yes it's very important otherwise how you gonna understand it like how many methyl group is there you have to include the di
Like
or tri or
if
tetra.
we should consider D and E or M and E.
D here you have to consider D here okay understand we have to consider D here and
Okay, sir.
মানে যেটা আগে থাকে সেটাই কনসিডার করে দিবা দ্যাটস ইট নো ইস্যুস Ishfaq, do you have any confusion or an issue?
No, sir.
That's actually good. I think this rule is enough. Is there any other rule? No, these are enough. Okay, these are enough. Now, let's discuss about the functional group or 2-degree suffix, right? So now this is important. You guys need to memorize it. Why 2-degree suffix is important? Let's use a name here. 2-bromo, then propan, propan, propanoic, propanoic acid. This is a carboxylic acid. This is 2-degree suffix. Now you may ask, what happened with N? You have a vowel here, right? So that is why E automatically eliminated, right? So for this one, this is a carboxylic acid, and oic acid is a 2-degree suffix. So whenever you are naming any compound in organic chemistry, you need to know the secondary suffix. Okay, this is known as secondary suffix of the functional group. Clear? So now I have the first one, alcohol. Alcohol. What is the structure of alcohol? This is the structure of alcohol. Now, what is R? Correct? R are alkyl group. Okay, any kind of alkyl group. It could be CH3. It could be CH3CH2. Okay, everything is considered R. Understandable? Any alkyl group. Any issues? And the secondary suffix for alcohol is OL. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now second one, aldehyde. Aldehyde. Look at the structure of aldehyde. It is very, very common structure of aldehyde. Okay. You have double bonded OH here and R group here. And the secondary suffix for aldehyde is L. Clear? Then I
So what is
have
R?
R is alkyl group. It could be CH3, it could be methyl, it could be ethyl, it could be propyl. Okay, anything.
That's the hydrocarbon part.
This is the hydrocarbon. It is the carbohydrate. Yes, it is just a. What is the hydrocarbon? Hydrocarbon, carbohydrate. Hydrocarbon. Yes, it is the hydrocarbon. Exactly. Hydrogen and carbon. Yes, just the hydrocarbon group. Just the alkyl group. Okay. Clear. Propyl, ethyl, methyl. Understandable. Pentyl. Okay. All of these are considered
Yes.
R. Any issues?
No.
No, sir.
Ishfaq?
No issues.
Now I have ketone. What is ketone? Ketone is same like aldehyde, but instead of hydrogen, it will have another alkyl group. Okay, and the 2-degree suffix is on. So whenever you have a ketone group, you should add on to the name. Then what you have? You have ether. The representation or the structure of ether is something like this: ROR. You have a hydrogen peroxide bond, and the name is alkoxy. I'll show all the example. Okay, alkoxy alkane. Okay, it is the name is alkoxy alkane. After that, what you have? What you have?
So do you have formal?
Hmm?
Do you have formaldehyde?
Formaldehyde. Okay, formaldehyde is a common name for this aldehyde. Methanol. Okay, name is methanol. It is one kind of aldehyde. It is known as formaldehyde. Okay, I'll show that thing. So after that we have okay, thioalcohol and thioether are out of the syllabus, I think. Yes, we have amine. Okay, so I'm not discussing about thioalcohol and thioether. Amine. First of all, we have this. Whenever there is a amine, you have to include amine, and this is 1 degree amine. Okay, this is 1 degree amine. Now this is 2 degree amine. Okay, this is 2 degree amine, and after that the name will be N alkyl alkamine. Okay, I'll show the naming with example, but for now just write like this way. And after that we have 3 degree amine. This is an example of 3 degree amine. 1 degree amine, 2 degree amine, and 3 degree amine. Okay. Now what we have? We have carboxylic acid. Ishfaq, any confusion?
No, sir.
We have carboxylic acid. What is a carboxylic acid? It should have R group, a ketone group here, and OH. RCOOH. The name is oic acid. Okay, 2 degree or secondary suffix is oic acid. Now you have acid halide. Okay, acid halide. তোমাদের মাথায় কোনো প্রেসার দিতে হবে না, ঠিক আছে? যেটা অর্গানিক আমি লিখছি যে সেটা দেখে যাও, পরে এটা নেমিং বুঝতে পারো। Why the name is carboxylic acid? Why the name is acid halide? Okay, so this is O, and with O you have an X. What is X? Remember, in chemistry, especially in organic chemistry, X is considered F, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, and iodine, the halide group, okay, or the halogens. And the name is oil halide. Okay, the 2 degree suffix. Acid amide. What is acid amide? R will be there, COO, and with this O you have NH2. The name will be amide. Amide could be 1 degree, 2 degree, or 3 degree. I think you guys understood it, right? If you have a R group attached with, for example, you have this thing, this is 2 degree amide. If you have this thing, this is considered 3 degree amide, correct? No issue?
No, sir.
Now I have ester. What is ester? Ester is nothing but an alkyl group attached with the O, correct? And the name of ester is alkyl alkanoid. Understandable? Acid, just write acid plus HX. It will normally produce acid halide. Acid plus NH3, it will produce acid amide. Acid means this is the carboxylic acid, right? This is acid. If you have acid plus alcohol, it is very famous reaction. I think you guys are also familiar with this in IGCSE, right? It will produce ester, and the name of the reaction is esterification reaction. Any issue?
No, sir.
Let me know. Ishfaq, পড়েছো না এটা? Esterification reaction.
জি, sir.
Oh, I forgot to mention another one. It is called anhydride. Acid anhydride. Acid anhydride. It will look something like this. And the reaction is very easy, acid plus acid. If you react acid plus acid, you'll find acid anhydride. Okay, and the name is, okay, alkanoic noic anhydride. Okay. This is all about acids. So we have carboxylic acid as base, and these are known as derivatives of carboxylic acid. Okay, no issue. Now the last thing is cyanide. Are you guys familiar with cyanide? Okay. So the 2 degree suffix is nitrile. Okay. So this is all 2 degree suffixes. Any confusion or any issue?
So what's the spelling?
What is the
What's the spelling of cyanide?
nitride?
No, the spelling of cyanide.
Cyanide? Yes. I don't understand your question. What you are asking?
I said, like, what is the spelling of cyanide?
CYO. Good, good. CYANI, cyanide. Okay. I just rearrange the A. This is the spelling of cyanide.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Okay, sir.
And it is one of the most toxic compound for human body. Do you know how cyanide tastes? Anyone? What is the taste of cyanide, or how it is? What is the smell of cyanide? Anyone? Cyanide taste. Oh, this is important, right? Yes, but for science, I think it is good, right? Any idea? The taste of cyanide is like nutty taste. Okay, it has a very nutty taste. It is very similar to nut. So you'll never know if someone want to try to kill you, then it's very easy, right? Okay, so I think you guys understood the thing that I discussed, and let me know if you guys have any question with the functional group thing. No question?
No.
Okay. Now let's start with alcohol. Just example, okay? These are example how to name an alcohol. I have this. So what will be the name of this alcohol? Very easy. 1, 2, 3. So 2-methyl, 2 degree prefix is done. Prop, right? Because it is 3 carbon. Prop, no issue. Then you have to use N, correct? Because there is no double bond. And what is the secondary suffix for OH? It is all, right? So the name will be 2-methyl propanol. Now use the vowel rule. Look, you have 2 vowel, so remove 1. So now you have 2-methyl propanol. Ishfaq, any confusion with this?
No.
Sir, isn't it
Okay.
propan?
Why? Why it should be propan-1-ol?
It's on
Tell me.
first carbon, right?
Hmm?
It's on first carbon.
2-methyl propanol. What is the issue?
Um, or the other carbons.
You said my naming is wrong, something like that, right?
No, like we're saying that isn't it supposed to be 2-methyl propan-1-ol?
Okay, let's write it. 2
Methyl
methyl
propan-1-ol. Propan-1-ol.
propane 1-ol.
Yes.
Now why? Why 1-ol?
Because like the OH bond is on the first carbon. It can
But
be on.
numbering is 3.
It should be
3 all. Why? Why should we make 1 to 3? Go on, tell me. Go on, tell me. Okay, here is the thing. This naming is correct. Okay, but still there is a problem. Find it. This naming is correct. No issue with the naming. Now here is the most important thing. Always remember the functional group has the highest priority always. It doesn't matter. So numbering, this numbering is not correct. Numbering should be 1, 2, 3. Understandable? And one more important thing, is there any problem writing propan? I mean, propan 1 all? No, there is no issue. It is also correct, but we normally write this thing. Okay? Remember these 2 points. The functional group or the secondary suffix has the highest priority. Clear? And there is no problem writing like this way. It is also correct. Understandable? No issues. Now let's solve this one. You guys need to find the IUPAC name for this compound. Do not write this thing in your note copy. Use a rough paper or rough copy to find the naming. So what are the 2 points? The functional group has the highest priority. Okay. And the second point, this is also correct. Ishfaq, understandable?
Yes, sir.
Ryan, are you getting this thing?
yes.
No issues? Let me know. If you guys কোনো কিছু বুঝতে যদি না পারো, then let me know. Like if there are any difficulties to understand any topic or any subtopic, let me know. I'll clear that thing. And in the meantime, find the name of this compound. And Zubair, আচ্ছা না, তুমি এটাই ফাইন করো, সবাই এটাই ফাইন করো। অযথা জুবাইরকে কঠিন প্রশ্ন দিয়ে লাভ নাই। Done? Are you guys done? Why it is taking too much time?
Yes, sir.
What is the name?
5,5 dimethyl dash 2 methyl hex 2
Your Hamza, right?
Yeah.
Hamza না? কে বললো? Okay.
Yes.
Anyone else? আমি আর 1 মিনিট দিব, জলদি বলো। এত টাইম নেওয়া যাবে না। You guys are taking too much time. Ishfaq, any idea? What will be the naming?
I'm still trying to do it.
Faisal, any idea? Okay. Zubair? Zubair.
স্যার
জুবাইর
জুবাইর
মনে হয়
ক্লাসে নাই।
কেন ক্লাসে নাই কেন কি হয়েছে ওর ওকে রায়ান টেল মি what is the naming
Sir, I'm still trying to figure it out.
okay তাহলে আমি নেমটা বলে দিই first of all look for the biggest carbon chain this is the biggest carbon chain this one how many carbon 1 1 2 3 4 5 6 done now look for the 2-degree prefixes I have one methyl group here one methyl group here and one methyl group here so 2 comma 5 comma 5 right at 5 you have 2 methyl group name will be trimethyl correct now what group will be hex 2 I have in so 2 in so 2 comma 5 comma 5 trimethyl hex 2 in any confusion
No, sir.
Ishfaq do you have any confusion with the naming
স্যার নেমিংটা আরেকবার বুঝাবেন, এই জাস্ট এই যে এইটার নেমিংটা।
first of all 2 at 2 at 5 and again at 5 you have 3 methyl group so what you have to write 2 comma 5 comma 5 trimethyl what is the word root hex because you have 6 carbon so you should add hex now at 2 number carbon one double bond is added right one double bond is present so 2 in whenever there is a double bond you have to add in here right in the name that's it clear
সো লাইক আমি এত কনফিউজড হয়েছি কারণ আপনি কার্বন গুলা দেন নাই।
না এটা এভাবে কিন্তু থাকবে এটাই কিন্তু স্ট্যান্ডার্ড এক্সামে এভাবেই আসবে this is standard okay easy to these are the carbon okay now naming of aldehyde and ketone so aldehyde and ketone now formaldehyde is actually the common name I have CH3COH what is the name of this thing look at the aldehyde whenever you have this group this is considered aldehyde right so now this group is considered aldehyde always remember this is aldehyde so it is attached with meth one carbon right so carbon numbering should be 1 here now tell me am I correct or wrong
Sir, wrong.
why wrong
So there's like 2
what's
carbon
the
atoms.
issue exactly our previous কথা কি ছিল always carbon atoms right exactly so what is this then this is ethane correct ethane 1L or also known as ethanol and the common name is acetaldehyde okay acetaldehyde this is common naming this is not IUPAC naming okay
You can explain the one.
which one this is the first carbon this is the first carbon this is the aldehyde group okay this is the aldehyde group and carbon numbering should start from aldehyde group for example this is the
Oh,
methanol this is methanol this is methanol IUPAC name is methane then what you have to add since it is aldehyde you have to add L eliminate it according to the Pareto rule then you have methanol What is the common name of methanol? Formaldehyde. Understandable? This is the common naming for methanol. Common name. What is the common name for ethanol? Acetaldehyde. Clear? Ishwak, understandable?
Yes, sir.
Ryan, Zubair, Faisal, clear?
Yeah, understood.
Now, what about this one? Look, I have carbon 1 and carbon 2. So the name will be 2 carbon. No suffix, I mean no prefixes, right? So it should start with ethane because carbon single bond ethane. And the name will be ethane 1, 2 dial because at carbon 1 you have a aldehyde group, at carbon 2 you also have aldehyde group, correct? Now you said, sir, why there is a E present? Because you have a constant here, not a vowel. So that is why I'm not eliminating this E. Clear? Understandable? So name will be ethane 1, 4 dial. Clear? So you guys need to remember the vowel rule and also the naming concept. Clear? An issue?
No.
Sure?
Sir,
আচ্ছা
can I
জুবাই
explain?
তোমার কি প্রবলেম হচ্ছে?
Sir,
হ্যাঁ, কার কোশ্চেন ছিল?
can I explain again? I got disconnected. The part after.
Okay. Ethane, this is like, look, it has 2 carbon, right? So name will be eth, carbon single bond, so N. Now you have 2 carboxylic group, so 1, 2 di and L. Since you have a constant here and you have a vowel here, so you don't have to eliminate the E. So this is the name of for ethane 1, 2 dial. Clear? No
Yes,
issues?
sir, I always thought that aldehyde group always exists at the end of the carbon chain.
No, no, not like that. Not always. Okay, not always. For example, it is out of the syllabus that I'm not showing you guys. For example, we have a compound, something like this. And we have another compound where aldehyde group is not at the end. There is no such concept at end concept, okay? At end, they are talking about the terminal because whenever your aldehyde group is present middle in a chain, it is considered ketone. Understandable? For example, this one. For example, this one. Look, now you have carbonyl group. Oh, I forgot to mention this thing. The name of this thing is carbonyl. Okay, it is known as carbonyl group. Okay, COO, it is known as carbonyl. Understandable? So what will be the name? Look, this is 1. Look at the naming. This is 1, 2, and 3. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. This is a naming. And another concept which is also accepted by IUPAC, it is 1, 2, and 3. This is also a correct naming. Clear? So in that manner, the name will be propane, correct? E will be eliminated. For example, propane 2-on. So E will be automatically eliminated and name will be propan 2-on. And the common naming is, what is the common name of this thing? Very, very important. Acetone. Okay. It is known as acetone. It is the common name. Any confusion here? Propan 2-on. No issue. And another common name for this one is alkyl ketone. So what will be the name of this thing? The name of this compound will be methyl ketone. Okay, this is also a common name. So we have two common name for this one. Any issue? ইশফাক, বুঝতে পেরেছো এটা?
জি স্যার।
What about others, Ryan?
Yes, sir, understood.
Okay. Sure? সবাই বুঝতে পেরেছো? কারো কোনো কনফিউশন থাকলে বলো।
Can you explain the ethane 1,2-diol?
What's the issue with this? Ethane 1,2-diol. You have two carboxylic group, right? And the name, first of all, look here. Here. What we have? Two carbon, right? So what is the name of two carbon what group? Eth, right? I have carbon-carbon single bond. Then write N. Now you have two carboxylic, two aldehyde group. So let's write 1, comma 2. Since you have 2, then write di-L. That's it. Since you have consonant here and it is vowel, you don't have to eliminate the E. That's it. Ethane 1, comma 2 diol. Easy?
Yeah, now got it.
Now carboxylic acid. Carboxylic acid. So the name of carboxylic acid is also easy. For example, you have HCOOH. What will be the name? Name will be meth, no carbon-carbon double bond. So methanoic, right? Methanoic acid. You can eliminate E. So the name will be methanoic acid. And what is the common name? Common name is very famous, formic acid. Okay. Name is formic acid. Clear? Then we have this. Carbon 1, carbon 2. So ethane, right? Ethanoic acid. And the common name is acetic acid, present in vinegar, right? Any issue? আচ্ছা, কারো কোনো সমস্যা হচ্ছে যে আমি এত ফাস্ট যাচ্ছি না বুঝতে পারছো? সবাই ইশফাক বুঝতে পারছো? কেউ তো কিছু বলেই না। কনফিউজ হয়ে বসে থাকলে কিন্তু বিপদ। ইশফাক, are you getting this one or not?
Yes sir.
Okay. So this is carboxylic acid. Now I have acid halide. Remember the acid halide? This was acid halide, correct? You have a R group here. This is a carboxylic acid. So this is acid halide. Now I have this one as acid halide. What would be the name? Look at the carbon numbering. This is 1 and this is 2. So it is ethane, right? Ethane, oil, ethanoyl bromide. Okay. Remember the naming? Oil halide. Okay. So halide এর জায়গায় bromide, chloride, iodide এরকম হয়ে যাবে। Okay. So it is known as ethanoyl bromide. Oil halide. Clear? Any issue or any confusion?
No.
Sure. Okay. Now acid amide. Acid amide. Acid amide কেমন ছিল? R C O NH2. Correct? It is very easy. For example, I have this one. CH3 C O NH2. So numbering would be 1 and 2. So the name will be ethane amide. That's it. Ethane amide. Clear? Ishfaq, An issue?
No, sir.
Okay. Acid amide. Then we have amine. For example, R and H2. This is also amine. 1 degree, 2 degree, doesn't matter. So let's start with just simple amine. This one. Since they are functional group, so their priority will be high. The numbering will be 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 carbon. What will be the name? Bute, right? Is there any double bond? No. All single bond. Bute N. What is the position of the amine group 2? So 2 amine, right? Since you have consecutive vowel, remove one vowel from here. So the name will be butane 2 amine. Clear? This is how you can name any amine. Clear? No issues?
No, sir.
Now, for example, 2 degree. This is 1 degree amine. What about 2 degree amine? We have this compound. Or let's use this is carbon and this is another carbon. Correct? This is carbon and this is H. So it is 2 degree amine. Yes or no? Because look, অ্যামিনের দুইটা বন্ড কিসের সাথে অ্যালকাইল গ্রুপের সাথে আছে আর এর সাথে রাইট আর একটা এইচ সো সিন্স it has one H that means it is 2 degree amine. So what will be the name? Very easy. You have H here, H2. The name is you have to add N. Then write this name, methyl. Then write this one, ethyl. Okay? Amine. N methyl ethyl amine. That's it. Easy?
So why is methyl added before ethyl?
Huh?
Why did we put methyl before ethyl?
It is the order. It is the order. Look, they are not the substituent, right? It is the order. Okay? You have to always follow the order. It is the order. There is another name for this. It is N-ethyl methyl amine. Both are correct. Okay? But we don't have 2 degree amine. We just have 1 degree amine. This is, yes, it's important, but not as much. Okay? Clear? Or do you guys have any confusion?
So can you please go a bit up? Okay, fine.
No, you don't have to write now because আমি এই ভিডিওটা দিয়ে দিব ওটা দেখে দেখে রাইট করে নিন ওকে ক্লিয়ার
Yes.
Now we have ether. What is ether? Ether is ROR or ROR. Here I have a group. What will be the name? The name, remember the ether naming? The name of the ether was, what is the ether? Alkoxyalkane, right? So always start with the smallest chain. The smallest chain will be oxy, okay? So the name will be methoxy, okay? Methoxy ethane, okay? Methoxy ethane, clear? The name will be methoxy ethane, and the common name is methyl ethyl ether. Ishwak, can you hear me?
Yes.
Confused? তুমি তো কিছু বলোই না শেষে ক্লাস এসে বললো স্যার কিছু বুঝিনি কনফিউজড কি ইশফাক
সব তো জানিনি
কি সবটা জানিনি মানে বুঝলাম না তোমার কথা তুমি কি কোনোটা আছে এখানে বুঝোনি সেটা বলো
না
সব বুঝেছো ওকে, ঠিক আছে, তাহলে ভালো যদি বুঝে থাকি, that's good. And what about you guys? তোমরা সবাই বুঝেছো?
So can you give another example of this ether?
Which one? Okay, okay, I can
Ether.
give you. Okay. For example, this one. Let's see the name. So this is the smallest, right? So it will be the oxy thing. And let's find the name of this one. Look, 1, 2, and 3. So what will be the name? 1, that means methoxy, methoxy, propane. That's it. And since it is important, since it is connected with 2-number carbon, look, there will be change in name. Since it is connected with a 2-number of carbon, it is carbon number 2, you should write 2-methoxy. Okay? But it is not true for here. Okay? Clear? Whenever the chain is linear, you don't have to write the chain number. Any issue?
No, sir.
অন্য কারো ইস্যু আছে? থাকলে বলো। ইস্যু না থাকলে চলো এখন প্র্যাকটিস করো। সো আমি কোশ্চেন দিয়ে দিচ্ছি, সে সেটা লিখবে। This question is for Zubair. This is for Zubair. This question is for Ishfaq. This is for Ishfaq. Find the naming. This is for Ryan. This is for Hamza. So this is for Hamza. And this is for Ryan. And you guys have exactly 3 minutes to solve all of this. আর এগুলো সবগুলো পাস পেপারের। And Faisal, you can stop your recording. Oh, Faisal লিখে তো বাদ দিয়ে দিয়েছে।